It's Madden NFL 24, and the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the New York Jets and the Cleveland Browns on Thursday night primetime.
On a brisk but clear night on the Lakeshore, EA Sports brings you coverage of the NFL from Cleveland Browns Stadium in downtown Cleveland. Tonight on this fine Thursday night, we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the New York Jets taking on the Cleveland Browns. Brandon Gaudin, joined as always by my partner, Charles Davis. Charles, these Browns, no other way to say it, they took a step back last year. What do you think that they need to do to get back to the playoffs while competing in a tough AFC North?
They need to get back to the identity that their head coach established a couple seasons ago. A hard running game, consistent play from their quarterback, and then they have new management on the defensive side of the ball. They'll try and get after you in the pass rush.
Well, meanwhile, for the Jets, even putting the quarterback situation aside, this is an exciting time for them right now. Yeah, they were just 7-10 last year, I get that, but they're building a roster that's potentially got some future stars involved.
They certainly are. Remember, going 7-10, they were 7-3 at one point last season, and they finished the year with the offensive and defensive rookies of the year. So you know that this roster is really on the rise.
Now the second-year man back from injury. It's Breece Hall. And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get just a yard to the 22.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Now Wilson on second down, eluding the pressure right. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Well, that turned out better than most of the passes he could have thrown on that snap. The coverage downfield was excellent, but the containment close to home left him a backdoor escape, and they paid dearly for not locking up.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Here now, 2nd and 4. From the shotgun, Wilson. A short throw to Conklin, the tight end. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And Cook was fighting for it, but I don't think he got there. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play. And that's going to lead them to 4th down. Remember, that was less than a yard. That was not a full yard. That defense, they were having none of it.
Yeah, the surge the offensive line was seeking actually occurred on the other side of the ball. They reestablished the line of scrimmage and stuffed them.
Running for it. Here's Cook. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th.
Well, that's what's called being aggressive right there. But I don't know that it's reckless. I think it's much more of a message, hey, defense, I believe in you in case we don't get it. And offense, trying to let them know he believes in them as well.
I like it. Your first drive of the game in plus territory, be aggressive. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Wilson's throw taken in by Rucker. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
From the 20, here's a 2nd down and 4. On 2nd down, a run with Hall. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. 2nd and 3 with the ball sitting on the 5. Hall on a give up the middle. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Breece Hall, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Jets are on the board first here this afternoon.
It's not often you talk about statement drives coming right at the start of a game, but that was some statement there. That drive took them the length of the field, and as I look at the clock, ate up nearly the entire first quarter as well. Great work up front, clearing space, and an ideal finish on the touchdown run.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. And here are the Browns for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their veteran quarterback, a former Blue Hen out of Delaware. It's Joe Flacco.
Remember when the conversation was, is Joe Flacco elite? Well, at one point, he was elite enough to not only win a Super Bowl, but be named the MVP of that game. And for a time, one of the top-paid quarterbacks in the league. Not bad for a young man who transferred to Delaware from Pitt while in college. This guy has had a great career. Not many chances now to lead an offense, but still capable if put on the field.
Jermaine Johnson credited with that sack. And they get to him right out of the gate. And this defense hoping that that's a harbinger of things to come.
Yeah, when you give up a first-play sack, makes your quarterback wonder if he's going to go to the sidelines and talk with his offense coordinator and head coach and say, hey, you know that game plan we put together? We might need to change it right now.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. After 7-0 on EA Sports. On to the 2nd from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football, as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. Passing play, Flacco. And he's going to be brought down back at his own 6-yard line. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
The Browns send out their punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Taking on the midfield logo. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5. And the Jets will have a short field to work with as they take over 1st and 10. Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their 2nd drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. Look, they're on the road, so getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
Tackle made that time by Dalvin Tomlinson. 2nd and 10. To throw is Wilson. Forced out to his left. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. They'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, Wilson. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Well, let's see, the offense still out there. They like to go The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
On 4th down, here's the veteran Thomas Morstead to punt for the Jets.
And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now Flacco. Under pressure, they got him again. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play.
Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down.
To the left side and intercepted. Picked off by DJ Reed.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach on the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
Straight ahead is Hall.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
And they'll get him down right about the 20. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll run with Hall.
And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a 1st down. It's a gain of 3, and it gets him the first.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. On the draw, it's Hall.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
That'll go for a gain of 7. And now 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line about right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. From the gun, it's Wilson. This is caught. Touchdown. Alan Lazard from 6 yards away.
And the Jets will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. What I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half. And now to give us momentum going into the second half, give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Browns now going to take over late in this first half. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit.
And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into...
Under pressure, and Flacco's going to be dropped. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. The handoff to Ford up the middle, and they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. A good kick, 49 yards, just 3 on the return. And the Jets will take over. The Jets going to go on offense one last time in this first half. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Martin Emerson. And he takes this one back into the end zone. The Browns defense has a touchdown. To what play there in the final minute of this first half. They get the interception. More importantly, their first points of the ball game.
Yeah, and that one play certainly changes the outlook, doesn't it? I mean, they're looking at going into the locker room. No points on the board. Not playing well defensively. Deflated. And now, things may have changed for them.
Hopkins with the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. And the Jets going to go on offense one last time in this first half. And with a 14-7 lead, they might just be happy to take this thing on into the tunnel. Back to the air, Wilson after the pick 6. He finds his man, complete. It's Wilson. A Jet first down, 18 big yards that time. Defensively, they just lost him. He was waving his arms saying, I'm wide open. They found him.
Yeah, and it's so interesting about when a receiver starts to wave his arms because some guys, right off the line of scrimmage, they declare themselves open. You know, those guys throw the one arm up, hit me right now. In this case, he was so wide open that he was frantically trying to get his attention to make sure he got the football. And then I'm sure his only thought when the ball was in the air, don't drop it. Had too much time to think.
Final play of the half. It's Wilson. Flush to his right. Oh, he's going up top for Wilson. Oh, he tried to fit it in back over the middle, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Martin Emerson. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. Sorry, Coach. We'll catch up with you after the game. We're going to skip through halftime here and headed back to the field for the third quarter. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. A one-touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports. And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. The Browns offense set to go to work to begin this third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. To pass, Flacco. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and that's going to bring up the fourth down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there, and they rallied and made the tackle.
And taken right at the 35. This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Jets will take over first and 10. Wilson. caught by Cobb. So the completion good for just 3. And that will bring up second down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 41-yard line.
Out of the gun, they run it with Hall. And he'll make it only to the 43, a gain of 2.
You know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards the play.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. This is 2nd and 8. Here's Hall again. And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. 53 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
Here's a give to Hall. And after the good game last play, this time they say, as he's going to stop behind the line of scrimmage. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsome. And the Browns force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. So this offense moving the ball well, trying to open up a 2-score lead here in the 3rd quarter, but now potentially a play that could have big ramifications.
Yeah, you've driven the ball down the field. Things are looking up, but it takes just one bad decision to throw things off the rails.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 27-yard line.
How about this? They'll try the option. Left side. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. We're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. 3rd down. Flacco needs a decent chunk of yardage. And he is caught. He's across midfield. Now inside the 25. Amari Cooper. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Amari Cooper, 74 yards. And the Browns have a chance to tie the ball game here in the final minute of the 3rd. Now it's Hopkins to add the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it's Amari Cooper who finishes it off with a touchdown reception. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The New York set to take the field. And their lead has evaporated in this 3rd quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. Now Hall to start the drive. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. They go play action with Wilson. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back now here in Cleveland. All square, 14 apiece to score as we get ready for the 4th quarter. 1st down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll be taken down at about the 45.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Here's Wilson to throw. He's got the hook up to Lazard. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and just a yard. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd down, here's Hall. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. 66 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. This pass out wide to Hall. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll make it 2nd down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. It's his guy out in the flat.
And so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Now Wilson on first down. Escaping the pressure right. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
They're not out of it yet, but in order to come back, they need to play clean football the rest of the way. He makes the correct read there, passing on challenging a blanket coverage and getting the first down with his legs instead.
They'll give to Hall. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Now Wilson. He dumps this one off here to Hall. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
Now Wilson, flushed out right. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Zach Wilson, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Jets answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th.
That's a really good decision right there outside of the pocket. You've got to know the right time to shift from passer to runner. He was looking and looking, nothing there. You can almost feel the brainwaves firing as he calculates, I think I can win a race to the pylon. And he turns out to be right. Touchdown.
Browns 14.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Flacco set to lead this offense. Down 21-14. A minute 56 to go. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long.
At the 16-yard line.
Now Flacco completes to Njoku. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Flacco. Now they go screen. It's complete. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here we go. 4th down, 4th quarter. Flacco. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. It doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
We've got to have two hands on the football here as they run on first down.
The Browns will quickly use their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Wilson wants to throw it.
And check down complete to Hall.
Offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out into open space. Linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
The Jets, with victory seemingly in hand, they take the knee.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one.
So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Here's 1st and 10.
Pressure mounting, Flacco.
And that one too wide and incomplete.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Flacco.
That's to the sideline and incomplete.
And this offense can't get it done. They'll think back to just a few plays and say to themselves, this was a winnable game and we let it get away. Still a chance to save it, but time's definitely running out.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. It's caught inside the 25.
And he's going to be out of bounds inside the 25-yard line.
So it's a victory here for the New York Jets. And a little bit of a surprise, they lose the turnover battle, but wind up winning the ballgame.
And this is very unusual because you know all teams stress winning the turnover battle as a key indicator to winning ball games. So when you get something that goes against the grain like the one we saw here, it's quite the oddity. Now, let's face it, they'll be very happy that they pulled this off, but they do know that in the future, they've got work on taking care of the football.